welcome back to Disney and Beyond, your one-stop shop for all things Disney and pop culture. It's Friday, so that means only one thing. It's time for the Friday feature. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I did my personal top 5 favourite attractions at Disneyland Paris for guests who like to remain in their wheelchair. Now, today, for the Friday feature, I'm doing the general top 5 attractions at Disneyland Paris. Now, some of these rides I've been on myself personally, not for some years, but I have been on a few of them. This list is compiled from my knowledge and from people that I know and have spoken to that have been on these attractions. And this is what we've come up with for the top 5 for Disney and Beyond at Disneyland Paris. There's so many great rides and attractions at Disneyland Paris, but these are what generally most people would consider to at least be up there somewhere. So let's get started. Firstly, at number 5, we've got a classic ride, and that is Space Mountain. Space Mountain in Disneyland Paris is now known as Hyperspace Mountain after it closed for a lengthy refurbishment. But Space Mountain was opened originally on June the 1st in 1995. It's a great ride. It's an indoor roller coaster. It uses an electric winch launch with booster wheels, so it's pretty fast. Goes about 71 kilometers per hour, which is roughly 44 miles per hour. It's completely in the dark, and with the new Star Wars theming of it, as you're going through the dark, you will encounter TIE fighters and X-Wings, and the special effects are as if you are in some kind of space battle. It's only recently been opened again this year, so if you're in Disneyland Paris, go check that out. At number 5, Hyperspace Mountain. Sticking with the Star Wars theme, we've got a ride that I have actually been on, and is one of my very favourites, and that is Star Tours. Star Tours, if you don't know, is a flight simulator with audio animatronics, which are synced to a film. Now, Star Tours originally opened in Disneyland Paris on April the 12th, 1992. It did close last year in March, but recently reopened this year in May, ready for the Seasons of the Force event. And, oh, sorry, that wasn't Seasons of the Force, it was the Star Wars soiree in May. Seasons of the Force happens earlier. But yeah, Star Tours reopened with the new title, Star Tours The Adventure Continues. Now it matches the Star Tours in Florida with the multiple videos. So each time you go on the ride, you possibly will get a whole new mission each time. There's different films for each mission. So the ride isn't always the same. I'm a big Star Wars fan, as you know, and yeah, so Star Tours is right up on my list. It's in Discovery Land, right over the back. You can't miss the entrance point. It's got a big Star Tours sign, and it's right next door to the Darth Vader meet and greet. So yeah, if you're in Disneyland Paris, again, go check out Star Tours at number 4. Okay, so at number 3, we are moving over to the Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris, and we are going to go on Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith. Now, Rock and Roller Coaster is an LSM launch coaster. It was built and opened in March 16th, 2002, so it's been there for 15 years. It goes 57 miles per hour, which is about 92 kilometers per hour. It's a very, very fast coaster. Basically, the story is, again, it's in the dark, mostly, but the story is Aerosmith are late for a concert, and you have to get them to the arena on time. And there's a countdown at the beginning, you're in a car, there's a countdown, and all of a sudden the car shoots off at really fast speeds, really high speeds. And yeah, it's got about 5 Gs of G-force for the whole coaster. And there are 3 inversions. This one does go upside down. Um, and yeah, as I say, it's about 5 Gs. So it's a pretty intense roller coaster. And most people do really, really enjoy it. It's not only at Disneyland Paris, it's also in Hollywood Studios in Orlando. So I'm not sure if it's the exact copy in Disneyland Paris, but I know it is a big fan favourite, and it's over near the Spider-Man meet and greet and the Cars stunt show. So yeah, it's as I say, in the dark. You go through and you see all the neon lights and neon signs, and yeah, it's just really exciting. Great soundtrack. I love Aerosmith music. Sadly, have never been on the coaster, but I do know people that have. So yeah, that was number 3, Rock and Roller Coaster. Okay, so at number 2, the penultimate on our list, we are back over to the Disneyland Park, and we are back sticking with the roller coasters. But this one I have been on, not for a very long time, but I have been on this one, and it's a classic, and that is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is basically a steel roller coaster that is a runaway mine train. It was opened on April 12th, 1992, so it's one of the original rides in Disneyland Paris. It's not overly fast for a roller coaster. It says 6 miles per hour, which is roughly 58 kilometers per hour. So it's good for, younger children and families to go on. Not small children, because I don't think small children should go on any roller coasters, but height appropriate children, it's good for. It's a good starting point as a roller coaster. It's fun, it's interesting, it's not overly intense. So I do recommend it if kids don't want to do the big, high intense roller coasters. A good starting point is probably Big Thunder Mountain. Um, Again, it's had a recent renovation. New effects and lighting have been added to the ride, so it's a lot more spectacular towards the end. Um, yeah, it's a classic. It's found at all the Disney parks. It's one of the original rides for Disney. And yeah, it's just a really cool, really fun runaway mine train coaster. That's if you're out in Disneyland Paris, definitely check it out because, as I say, it's just really fun. And that was number 2, Big Thunder Mountain. Right, so before we get to number 1, as I said at the beginning of the video, there are so many great rides in Disneyland Paris. I've already done a top 5. Some of those should probably be in this list, but I didn't want to double up. So we have got some honorable mentions. Now, the first honorable mention is Crush's Coaster. It's another roller coaster in the movie studios in Walt Disney Studio Park, themed around Crush from Finding Nemo, the turtle. You are in a shell and you're basically swept up on the big thing that they go in the film. Can't think of what it's called. Someone in the comments below remind me. But yeah, that was one honorable mention. Another is actually the other 2 are very much Disney classic rides. They're both dark rides. One is Phantom Manor, which is a different name to what it is in the other Disney parks. In the other Disney parks, it is the Haunted Mansion, but in Disneyland Paris, it is Phantom Manor. again, it's one of the original rides. In fact, it's a very, very original ride. If you go by Haunted Mansion, Dark Ride in Disneyland Paris, Frontierland has a whole backstory to it that's very well contained in the attractions that can be found there, and Phantom Manor is all part of that. Again, as I say, one of the original rides built in 1992. And our third honourable mention is none other than Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is huge at the parks everywhere. But in Disneyland Paris, it's recently had a renovation and it's been completely overhauled with new effects, new animatronics, new scenes. It now features Jack Sparrow, Captain Barbossa. It has the new redhead scene. And as I say, it's very, very popular and only recently reopening after a very lengthy refurbishment. Again, it closed last year, so it's been out of action for a year. So it'd be great to get that back at Disneyland Paris. And again, it's one of the original attractions. So those three narrowly got edged out by what will be number one. Now, finally, we are at number one, and I have been on this one, and that's very, very popular the world over, and that is Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror ride is in Disneyland. It's in the Walt Disney Studios park. It's the big centerpiece of that park. As soon as you walk in the gates and into the park, you can see it. You see the Hollywood Tower Hotel sign. It actually hasn't been open that long in the grand scheme of things in Disneyland Paris. It opened on September 22nd. No, it didn't. December 22nd, 2007. So it's only been open 10 years. But yeah, it's got 1.3 Gs. It's essentially a drop tower dark ride. So it's a drop tower, it's a dark ride. It's based on the Twilight Zone. Everybody loves this ride. Recently in California, it was turned into Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, but essentially it's still the same concept of a drop ride. It's just completely rethemed and built to look completely different. There are rumours that might eventually come to Disneyland Paris, which will be sad, because, as I say, Tower of Terror is very, very much loved in the parks, and it would be sad to see the Twilight Zone go. It's very, very well themed. The queue and everything, just in typical Disney fashion, all tells the story. It's all part of the story, which essentially is back, way back, 1920s, I think. Party at the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Everybody's there, everybody's enjoying themselves. A group of people go up into a lift. Lightning strikes the tower, and the people fall to their doom. And those people still haunt the tower. The hotel, supposedly, as the story goes, shuts after that event, and those people are trapped there and still haunt it. And you basically, as you are escorted onto your carriage, into your lift, you go up and you go through the hotel, you see the ghosts of the dead people, and yeah, eventually you too drop to your doom. I loved it when I was younger. I used to transfer onto rides from my wheelchair. Have lots of fond memories of it. It's incredibly scary the first time because you don't know when you're going to drop, and you don't just drop once, you drop a couple of times. So yeah, it's a great ride. It's a lot of fun, and you should definitely, if you've never done it, go and check it out. Just maybe not if you're scared of heights, but if you go with it, you'll see what I mean. So yeah, that was number one, Tower of Terror. Okay, so that was the top 5 attractions at Disneyland Paris. They're, as I say, compiled from my own personal experiences and those of family and friends. Um, Again, there are just a lot of good attractions in Disneyland Paris. There's a lot of good attractions all around the Disney parks all over the world. So, but these five are particular highlights. I stuck with the thrill rides as in a modern theme park, the thrill rides seem to be the most popular. Um, Obviously, it just depends on your taste. It depends on what you prefer. You know, if you're with a family, you might prefer the dark rides to the thrill rides. You might not like rides at all. You might just like to go for the ambience and the shows, the parades, the fireworks. But yeah, if you're a thrill seeker, these will definitely be in your top five because they are the high octane rides at Disneyland Paris. So yeah, that's about it from us. Please do let me know below in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree with my picks, or are there other rides or attractions that you would have preferred to see in the top five? Do you think one of the honourable mentions should have got a number, or do you agree that they are just being aged out by the others? If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, as that is much appreciated and really helps out the channel. And if you want more Disney and Beyond content, uh, feel free to subscribe and you'll get notifications as to when new videos are posted. So yeah, that's it from us. Thank you for watching, and we will hopefully see you again. But until next time, to infinity and beyond.